No, I don't wanna play no games. No, I don't wanna hear your promises. You do you and I'll do me. That's just the way it is.
Boom.
Biddly, 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 bo. Yes, yes, yeah. Here we go. Ain't nobody down round here. What's good, everybody? I need to check the 5-1. Get that badger in and on and over here. Oh. And too many agendas. What are we on about here, Fred? Got myself a keyboard now. Lazy bastard could have got years ago, but that's me. Who's got agendas? What are we on about here? Have I missed the boat? Yes, Oliver. What's good? Mingy in the building. Legendary MVG. McDougal, I call him, or I can't remember what I called him the other day. To be fair, Karen. No, thank you. Let's have a look at scores on doors here. It's Champions League, isn't it? Aston Villa got knocked out last night, didn't they? What's occurring here? Champions League. Arsenal have done it 5-1. That's crazy. To win at Bernabeu's mental. Fucking hell, they went 1-0 up as well. 67 minutes. Saka scores. To win at Bernabeu, it's one hell of a shout, that. Bayern and Inter, so who's gone through there? Inter gone through. I like Inter, you know. I love it when Italian teams are back. Oh, I don't know what's going on. Is that actually right, who they've got or not? Is that how it works? I thought they drew it out, or has it been drawn out? So Inter, Barcelona, PSG, Arsenal, Barcelona, Inter. Oh, you idiot. That's same. PSG, Inter. Oh, my God. PSG, Arsenal, Barcelona, Inter. Fucking hell. I reckon that's... Don't know, Barcelona we got beat 3-1. Don't know, Barcelona, do you reckon it final there, boys? Do you want to jump in for a second, Eddie, and you can explain yourself? Have I got you on WhatsApp here? Have you got WhatsApp, dude? Eddie needs your help, guys. So 25 is in it. I did it myself today, Eddie. If you want to jump in for a minute, I've sent you a link. Eddie needs your help. He's had his Twitter hacked. And he needs you to go over there and report it, which I've done today. I'm going to get Luke to report it, but Rich says Barca PSG final, PSG winner, Mbappe's Champions League jinx. Here we go. Mark's here. Barca PSG final, PSG winner. Hey up, man.
How you doing?
How's it going?
Oh, mate, thanks for this. I really appreciate it, mate. I've just seems to have spent the last 3 weeks going through all sorts of shite with Twitter, and I've given up on Instagram. I think at the end of the day, I didn't have that much on it. It was just nice to get pictures of my grandkids and all that sort of stuff from the family. So it was just a bit of emotional more rather than anything else. But I've had my Twitter account or X account since 2009, over 3,000 followers and all that sort of stuff. They're all Leeds United family. But this comedian, whoever he is, whether it's AI or whether it's some geek in Delhi or whatever, that's just hacked into my accounts, and I can't even, if I put my email in, they're not even recognizing it. He's completely battened it down. But I do know for a fact that if people that either following me, they'll probably find that they are following me on Twitter, because I've got an awful lot of people that do follow me, all part of the Leeds family. If they just go on to at MKEddie1502, they'll see the account is now private because the guy's blocked it out because he's carrying out some sinister stuff with regards to posting stuff about buying crypto and all this crap. And I was supposed to have bought £1,000 worth of crypto, made 10 grand in 7 hours and all this sort of, just, yeah. So yeah, it's that's MKEddie1502. So if they just go on there and just click on the profile and report it, and just put in there that say, we know for a fact that this is not Mark Edison. Can you please close it down, report it back to the rightful owner, whatever words you want to use. But I just want to get Twitter / X to respond to me and say, right, okay, we've had copious amounts of people saying that this is your account. Let's talk some more. If they've got to take pictures of me or send me my passport or whatever it is, I'm happy to do that, Churn, but I just want to raise a bit of a rumpus, that's all. So, yeah, if you can ask your lovely people to do their best for me, I'd appreciate it, mate. And
yeah,
if they... sorry to interrupt you, but if you... My new Twitter account or X account is at Bielsa MK. So you can by all means, please join me on that. And obviously, we can all keep connected and chat. And if I have to ultimately relinquish my original one, then so be it. But, but at least then I can start momentum and rebuild again, so to speak. But I don't want X and Twitter to get away with it, especially this hacker. I don't want him to get away with it at all. But it's caused me an absolute bloody nightmare. So, yeah.
I'm surprised you can't. There's nobody that you can get in touch with, really, Mark, with it, because obviously it's obvious you've been hacked if they're banging on about crypto. Because I got another message today saying something about crypto, and I reported the message, and then reported the channel, and obviously just said what you said to put.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't whether they'll just end up deleting it. I don't know, but they must be able to freeze the account and somebody claim it or.
What's happened when you log in, and so I went and I took the obvious route, just logging back in, changing my password, and then go. And obviously that was all good. It was great. I got 2/3 of the journey. Then at the end, it asks you to do an authentication, which I originally set up a 2FA, just because we all do to just protect ourselves. But of course, this person has jumped in, and all 2FA notifications go to him. So of course, every time I'm looking for authentication, he's just blocking it. So they're just not listening. I could show you reams of emails I've had from Access X support, and the same repeat. It's just, you can tell it's all been done by a robot. There is no personality behind it at all. Standard wordage. I've got reams of this stuff. But if they could just pick up the phone or send me an email and just say, right, okay, fine, fair enough, call this number and explain to us what's happened, it'd be done in 10 minutes. Because even to the point, I sent a photo today of me, a copy of the profile that's been hacked, which obviously shows me and my grandkids at Ellen Road, and I sent a link to my passport, and they came back with an email saying, unfortunately, we're not able to say we can't draw a likeness on the image. And I'm like, what? It's just madness, absolutely madness, mate. It really is. But it's very frustrating. But I'm just one of these people that never gives up and don't like coming second.
Right, man. Yeah, it's
so. But,
Oliver's put there isn't an option to report in hacked account.
There is options, say hacked account, compromised account, impersonation, all that sort of stuff. I mean, that when your good people and yourself go on, it says what you're reporting. It says impersonation, or is it something sinister like porn or whatever like that. So you just go on there and say, it's impersonation. So you put your details and what your angle is, your at JackCity or whatever it is, and then you put mine, MKEddie 1502, and it takes you through, and if you've got a chance to upload an image, or not that you will have one, but yeah, then hopefully it'll come back to me and say, like, I had 15, 20 people saying that this is not, this is your account, it's been hacked off. So let's see. I'm just one of these people saying, I just want to try. If you don't try, you don't get, do you?
No. Well, Enar's done it. Oliver's trying to do it. So I'll chop this up as well, Eddie, and I'll put it. I can always call you Eddie. I'll put it on.
Yeah, please do. And so if people join me, on my new account, I'll type that into chat. My new account, so people can just join me on there, and we can, just stay connected because we're all Leeds family. But that's at the end of the day, if we can get some Yeah, but I just want to keep. Spent since 2009 connecting with people who were my saviour when I lived in Cyprus. It was like keeping me connected to the real world of Ellen Road and Leeds and everything. So they became a real integral part of my life. And obviously, just to start say, "Oh, bin it off and try to start again," I'm not that type of character.
No, it's not. It's not what it's about either, is it, Mark? So
exactly. So anyway, but look, I just want to take this time to say thank you, Jack. Thank you to the Badger, obviously, because he is the great one, and you have to keep sitting back to let him in, sort of thing.
Yeah, well, there is that. It's never. I'm never too far away from her, so I just thought.
Look, all the best. Carry on with the channel, mate. And I'll join you in chat and have a laugh and a giggle. But thank you very much, Steve, for everybody's.
I'll chop this up and I'll put it on as a short tomorrow because that'll get a bit of traction as well. And then I'll see if Luke will share it on Twitter because he's got loads of power on there. So that'll go well.
Thank you ever so much, mate. Really appreciate it.
No worries, man.
All the best to you guys.
All right, take it easy.
Bye.
Bye. Hasselhonex, not sure if I'm reporting you or the wanker who's doing this though. I know it is funny. But yeah, if you just get on there and just MK Eddie 1502. Tell me more about his crypto, says Ena. It's not good advice, Ena, from what I got. Yes, Mark, what's good? Looks like him. Yeah, the account's been hacked, not the I don't think he's changed the profile picture. Need a bit of tech support. I'm never too far away from some tech support. I'm a MVG. It's the only reason Joe gets me on. But yes, no badger, no party. You know this, Mingy. Somebody asked if we've got them all. Do we have Jack all to ourselves? You certainly do, Andy. You certainly do. I always feel like I'm robbing Lockie of his time. He's so generous. An hour and 40 minutes is a slug, fat lad, but he's a top banana. Bielsa MK is the new one. But ideally, you want to get the old one back, don't you, Mark? So, to be fair, Mark, if you get a few onto Bielsa MK, then you can keep sharing. It might be worth sharing your profile. I don't know if you've got Luke from Auto Know Better on Twitter on that Bielsa MK, but if you tweet him a few times, dude, he'll share it, and he gets the traction he gets is ungodly. It's godlike. Oh, love Leeds. Yeah, Mark. As I say, I'll chop it up tomorrow, and it'll get a fair few hundred views normally in my shorts. Not my shorts, not like my kegs. I do have a pair of shorts on now, yellow. They are. But work off Tuesday morning, says Mark. What do you reckon? Do you reckon it's done by weekend? Definitely get stuck into Luke, Mark. He's to be fair, he can probably tweet Elon with reach he's got. First it was Connor's walk-around videos, and now Gio's news updates. You're muscling in on everybody's action. Jack, you'll be getting a standing desk and a head tattoo next. To be fair to the news one, right, I was doing the news when I started the channel however many years ago, and I stopped doing it. So if anybody comes at me for the news are just shit vids, really. I've just called it news to see if it garners any traction. And it wasn't quite a walk around video, to be fair, MVG. I know you're prodding the bear, poking the bear. But I was out. I had to be walking around because I was on the search for the Farker haters, wasn't I? We struggled to find him. A mahoosive weekend, says Andrew Thompson. Certainly is. I think it can be done. Signed, sealed, delivered. Jesus, stop being so facetious. I can't remember the next line, but I always wanted to get Jesus and facetious in a rap, and I did so. It was many moons ago. Just think we win 2 and Burnley beat Sheffield. Bosh. That's us done, innit? And I think we win. I think we win Oxford. And I think big home game at Stoke, I think it could be done. How does games go? Because I know it's on the Friday, it's Burnley first, Sheffield second, and then us at 8 in it. And I wonder, is there any wonder? So let's have it. I can show you guys now, can't I? I'm not being very polite, boys. That's showing you. No, that's the wrong screen, you dick slap. Remove that. It's a work in progress. Nobody do it how he does it. Championship games, Bosch. Look at that. Get up. So, not bothered about that, 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 not bothered about that. Watford, Burnley, they're on at 3. Sheffield United, Cardiff at R5. I think Sheffield United will do them at home. Burnley away to Watford could be a bit of a random one, you know. Not rolling that out. I think we obviously do Leeds. We do Leeds. I think Oxford will. Fucking hell. I think Leeds will do Oxford at 8. I don't really like being on last, but that could be the game, couldn't it? I do think Sheffield will be all right to Cardiff, though. To be fair, Ashley Buckland says Burnley Watford be a draw. I think Burnley did they draw the last game. Let's have a look. Or did they win? Yeah, the 1-2-1. They must have drawn game before, did they? When we got top. I can't see it there. Doesn't matter. I'm pretty sure they drew game before that. That's why we ended up top at league. And then we all play at 3, apart from Derby. On the oh shit, no. Yeah, we all play at 3 on the Monday. So what? Sheffield have got Stoke. How's that work? Oh, that's not the Monday, that's the game after. Sorry, I'm being a peen-ass. Yeah, so on the Monday, the bank holiday Monday, Leeds Stoke, obviously. Oh, they play at R5. No way. So we will potentially know what we need at R5 there. Burnley Sheffield. It's going to get exciting. Could be mental. So it could be, you know, because obviously we'll know at that point how they've got on. I do think they'll do Cardiff at home though. I just think they'll bounce back. They're not. I know they've wavered big style and they've absolutely collapsed, but I just think they'll pull some out at bag to some extent. Cardiff could be 4 losses. It'd be mad that to if they get beat again, if they go 4 losses on bounce, I genuinely think they don't even get up out of playoffs. And I think as it stands, they'll probably get out of playoffs. You know, I think they'll win the playoffs. I think they are the best side in the playoffs, obviously. But if they lose 4 on bounce, that's a terrible. So you're looking at Coventry. Although over 2 games, I'd expect them to do Coventry, but it depends how they've wobbled. Could be West Brom, could be Middlesbrough, could be fucking Millwall. 3 teams with 3 points off it, and Coventry's goal difference is whack. There's only Millwall's that's worse. Middlesbrough on 10, West Brom on 12. I was just saying to Lockie, funnily enough, then, because I've totally stopped looking at playoffs because I was like, as soon as we started doing well again, I was like, who cares about playoffs? Fat Frank, hopefully we won't be meeting them now. Blunts are imploding. So mint watching Wilder go on it, watching Ed wobble. Ashley, don't reckon Sheffield beat Cardiff? I just think they will. I think they'll bite back. Playing last be a huge advantage, and first on Monday give Stoke an hiding, and then on to Burnley. Yeah, I don't know if playing last's an advantage, to be honest. I think the night game sort of is a bit of an advantage on the basis that it'll be a good atmosphere, but that's obviously not at home. So I don't know. by 7:30 on Easter Monday, we could have risen, says Oliver. It is. It's too tantalising to touch right now. Cardiff can't afford to lose or they'll be down. To be fair, fucking hell, ruling that out. I do apologise. I forgot to look where they're at. I mean, that you know, at the risk of doing a Wilder and saying what Wilder said, with when he went, well, Plymouth are bottom at league, aren't they? Plymouth are bottom at league. Why would I be worried about Plymouth? You know, they beat them 2-1. 2 points. It probably drag them out as well. I don't know who Derby have got, but you know, I still back them to do them. I think it's best to be that way out, and then when they don't or do, it's all just fun and games, and it's all just a bit of enjoyment. Absolutely, MVG. No need to ask. I'll be partying into the night, boy. Making myself. I'll be giving tomorrow to last night. It's going to be Easter where Leeds rise from the dead. I did notice Joe wearing a hat on his next vlog. He's even getting pellets for standing, moving side to side. Joe can't catch a break. Joe just gets pellets from the people that try to wind him up. Everybody loves Joe. The GOAT. Still all to play for in Championship. It always is, isn't it? It's fucking mad league. That's what I know. I was saying it earlier and I said it on Joe's, but I do mean it. It's not a real reflection. We're on 88 points. We've won 25 games and lost 4. 88 points. It's not our fault that Burnley are also capable of beating 20 sides, or well, 24 sides have won 24 games, and Sheffield have won 26 games. You know, there was a time when Sunderland was good in the league as well. They've got 76 points and they're 12 points off us. It's insane. So it's not a reflection of Farker as such. It's more a reflection of just how shit is as shit does, isn't it? And the league is exactly what it is. You can only get 6 points off both of them. I can't actually remember off the top of my head. I know we beat Sheffield at our last minute job. I don't know if that were at their place or our place. I can't remember what home score was. Was that the last minute? I think that was the last minute job. Oh no, we just beat them well comfortably, didn't we, at our place? And then Burnley obviously beat us, and then we draw with them. So, we've not capitalised in that sense. But my point stands, you can only go and beat every other team, which we have done, and they have done that as well. Sheffield draw next 2. Will be 2 clear of Burnley with 2 to play. I'm hoping it goes to that. Oh, Mingy hanging out them memberships. Oh, it's Mark Bradley. Sorry, dude. I don't know where that is, though. It's popped up, but it's not there. I'm sure Mingy's handed one out as well. Legend Mingy. Legend Mark Bradley. West Coast Warlords. If Sheff win both their games and we draw both, where would that put everyone? That would put them 1 point behind us, wouldn't it? Because we'd be on 90 and they'd be on 89. So that puts us in a terrifying spot. Bamford, Forshaw. Get up. Who do you think will win Championship awards? Think it'll be Trafford, but would like to see James. I can't. I mean, I know everybody fucking bangs on about Trafford like there's no tomorrow, but I can't imagine a goalkeeper winning. Player at league, player at season. Can you? When Dan James has been so mint. I think ultimately, if Farker gets us up, I don't really know. You can't give it to the man that's, because squad don't come into it. They can't go, oh, he's got the strongest squad. Somebody put, which I thought were quite funny on Twitter today. I vote on the best player on the basis of how indispensable they are. So when we've lost Tanaka, he said we've struggled. When we lost James, we've been fine. And when we've lost Bogle, we've struggled. But if that was the case, then you'd have fucking Ampadu potentially winning it, wouldn't you? Because you could argue when we've not had Ampadu, we've struggled. So, well, Ampadu hasn't played enough games, has he? Let's have it right to be anywhere near that. So I don't really get the point. It's like Darlow on that basis because he's come in and we could have done with him a bit earlier. So Darlow's on for best player at league. It's like, it doesn't really work like that, I don't think. Warm milking off to bed early. Who's that? Is that about Mingy? All after the champagne and hookers. That sounds like a song. What do you mean, Fred? He's got them people with spanners on that they it means that they can like adjudicate the chat or something. It doesn't seem conceivable that Bristol City could be in the Premier League with us. No, I don't, to be fair. I'd be up for I've gestured it that I'd like Sunderland and Burnley to go up because they were a nice Burnley fan in my chat of the week. So I kind of want them to get up just because they were nice to me. But equally, if it was obviously between us two, the guy gets put on the chopping board. But I'd like Sunderland to go up because I think they're a big club, well-supported club. I don't want Coventry to go up because although Fat Frank would be minting Prem, wouldn't it? Watch them crumble and collapse. Whoever goes up, really, it'd be pretty decent. Sheffield, you've got a good derby where it's guaranteed 6 points. Sunderland are a big club. Bristol City are a bit of nothing. They'd come straight back down, wouldn't they? Really, you want, because if the greatest respect to Burnley, they go up, they come straight back down, don't they? They won't spend any money. Scott Parker will piss and whinge after about 2 weeks when he realises he's not signing anybody. Coventry, straight back down. Fat Frank probably keeps his job till just after Christmas. I've spoken about this before, but it always devastates me when they get sacked, like at Christmas. And I always want them, like, oh, he's going to get sacked. And then he gets sacked, and you go, oh, what am I going to laugh at every week now? You sort of want him to stay there to end of the season and watch him get relegated. The turning point was not dropping Mez, but you can have it. It's been a good decision. Once again, shout out to Mark and Mingy for the super chats. Very kind. 2-0 says Gavin James. I'm not sure what that's in reference to because I don't catch up on my comments quick enough. I'm presuming that means us, perhaps. Or does it mean Burnley Sheffield? I don't know. But Mark's getting the love for handing out them memberships like it's Santa Claus. It would be good. And they definitely finish below us. So it's another team below us, isn't it? And ultimately, all you need is 3 shit teams in there. As long as we aren't one of them, boys, we're on that Locky hype, getting into Europe in a few years. Getting Mourinho in. Bristol City are bottlers. Work in a bottle factory. Joe needs to stop falling for the rage bait, not going to lie. Joe's channel's mint. Mark Bradley getting the love. Our goal difference is an extra point, don't forget, says 85-63. Robbie, I agree, big man. It's a symbiotic relationship between Joe and the chat he chooses to read. Well, you know what we're doing here, don't you? Define symbiotic. I think I know what it means. It's not what I thought. I knew it'd mean some sort of togetherness, but not quite like this. Involving interaction between 2 different organisms living in close physical association. So the fungi form symbiotic associations with the roots of the plant species. A mutually beneficial relationship between different people or groups is the second meaning, which is, I'm sure, the way you meant it, solenum lineanum. I love a bit of Bamford, MVG. You know this. You know this by now. Legitimate, to be fair, Glyn, yeah. 100%, Gavin. I never care anyway about I just think it's boring, dude. It's goalkeepers don't in the Championship. A goalkeeper, he's not Buffon, is he? I know everybody wanks themselves silly over Trafford, but I bet he's shit next year in Prem. I bet he's shit. I don't even look at the other results, but if they're playing, it's just going to be fun these past few games. Normally, I'd just sign out, but at this point in the season, it's too important, isn't it? And if you miss that game, if I'm not watching that game and we end up going up and I've not even watched it, do you know what I mean? I've missed out on the fact that we've gone up. So I will be watching them games. And like I did have half an hour when it went to 1-1 against Plymouth, I didn't say Ox, I were in Battle Cruiser at the time, but I was like, all right. And then my mate went to 2-1. He went, oh, it's 2-1 Plymouth, you know. And I was like, are you joking? And they were like, no, it's 2-1. I was like, why are you being so like nonchalant about it? And they were like, I'm telling you, it's 2-1. And then obviously it was absolutely belting, piss funny. Bro, we know you have a football fan base. Question, do you have an equivalent for your groupies in the music industry? Every woman I've ever made sweet love to's a groupie. Sweet, sweet love. Burnley will break the clean sheet record. We'll work in Trafford's favour. It's just boring, that, man, though, isn't it? You can't be on board with Trafford winning player at season, man. Yeah, we've not seen Ripper, have we? No Bamford, no Canapes. What do you mean? Nobody needs blocking over here either, though, Fred. Nobody gets blocked. I do my best to ignore the haters in here. I'd give it to the designer of the yellow smiley kit. Should we see if we can see who designed that? Who designed the yellow smiley Leeds kit? Oh, it's gone all the way back to 1980. I don't need 1980, do I? Under Revy. Can't be asked. Can't be asked, can I? We don't know. They don't know, so we don't know. Maybe that Y3 guy, that Yoki Yashima. It'd be mint if Y3 made a kit. I don't know if anybody's into Y3, but I like Y3, and obviously that's a branch of Adidas, isn't it? Yoki Yashima or something. I don't know if there's any Y3 kits, but I think that'd be a mech for a mint kit, that. Whoever we go up with, that's 2 of the relegation spots filled, so we just have to make sure we avoid that 3rd spot. Love it, Danny Bowden. I agree. I know it was from the 70s, man, but I'm on about the new one. It'll be Yoki Ayosha, my bet is. White Snake says, just sent the wife out to walk the dog so I can pretend to watch this and comment. Be careful how you answer. She'll watch this at some point. Oh, White Snakes. And then I've just instantly said your name. I've incriminated you twice by accident. But she should know that you don't watch, nor do you comment. So should know this by now. Certainly am, Ashley. I've got a big weekend coming up as well. I'm off out with Big Lou Carter from fucking Ought to Know Better. He's going to do his best to write me off. But I don't think he knows how much I've got in locker. And I'm only on ale. So I don't know whether he's on out else, but you know, if he's into any experiments or not, I'm not so sure. But I don't experiment, just on ale. So, but it will be a long day, and obviously Friday I'll be out, second night off to go watch a game of a few swillies, and then down to London for a gig, and then back up Sunday night. I'll be working, so I'll be having a few pots Then I'm meeting my brother on Monday to go watch Stoke, which is when we potentially go up, which will send us into town straight after. It's going to be a mint weekend, potentially, providing it doesn't all go tits up and we lose. Oxford 1, Leeds 2, says Emmett Fitzsimmons. That's a good name. Venom all day for me, though. Venom, turn into Venom. Mark Bradley, you the man, brother. He's a legend. He's a legend, is Joe. Leeds United 3, Stoke City 0. Loving these predictions. Emmett Fitzsimons with the good second name. Too deep for me. I'm not sure what that means. Oh, he certainly has, Jammy. Yeah, don't get no credit off anybody for it neither. Put loads of people on, and they don't give a fuck. Richard Wood thought we were just discussing this ever so slightly with Lockie. I think we were live or after live that we're talking about this. I think we were discussing this. My answer sounds like a cop out, but I really mean it. So I don't know what you want me to say. If something comes up, it must come out. This is just what I think, but it seems like a cop out because I'm giving 2 answers. But I think if we start well, 10 games in, if we've won 5, if we've won 5, we'll be delighted. But if we've won 3, 10 games in, and we've not got battered, we've picked up a couple of decent draws. It obviously depends how they start, what teams we've played against. Because if we've done well against Liverpool, got beat 2-1 at Anfield or something, and then, I don't know, beat some shits, some like Crystal Palace, I know that shit, but this is the level that we're at now, where we have to pick up points at places like that. And won a couple of games like that. 10 games in, I think they'll let him go and potentially and just see how the season goes. And then if we get sort of dragged in towards a relegation battle, I think they'll stick with him to the end of the season. I think if we're 10 games in and we haven't won a game and we've got pumped, or 10 games in and we've won 2 games, but then we've been getting quite badly beaten and it's quite clear it's not working, I think they'll pull the trigger on him quite early. So I do think the start is essential. I don't think they're going to get to 15 games when we've won 2 games and he's still at the club. I really hope, I honestly do, because I think Farke's a ledge and I think he's been so mint for him. And I think it was off air that I was talking to, I sound like a right dickhead saying on and off air, but that is also the reality, the live and not live. I've now forgot what I was going to say. Staying up, going up. Yeah, I think it was off air, talking to Lockie. I'm going to put myself off my point again, but that hopefully he can set up like the basis for us to build on. And I think Farke could be that manager that actually gets us to like 10th, 12th in league, proper solid foundation. And then we look 2 years down the line, look for a big manager. And the best scenario for Farke really is, isn't it, just for us to part ways amicably, like at end of a season, how we should have done with Bielsa really, and then moved on and not got Martian and fucked the whole thing up. But that's the best way. That's the best way it could ever happen, where you just go, we've sort the club's ready for the next step now. We're not sure you can take us on to that next step. Now, there's no reason why Farke couldn't take us to 8th in league and be like, I don't know, what's he called? Nuno, whatever he's called. That gadget used to be at Wolves that's doing well. Areola, all of them that are doing well. Not Forest, there's no reason why Farke can't be that guy. But if that isn't to be the case, my point is, if he gets us into 10th, like, what I mean, where let's have a look here, Premier League. What's that gadget that we were in Championship with? I can't remember. Brentford, they're 11th. Do you know what I mean? You take the job that gadget's doing, what's called Thomas Frank, 11th in league, and they're solidly 11th, aren't they? They always are every season. There's no reason why I don't think Farke can do that. So, and then, if you want to push on again, because really, with the great respect to Brentford, can they push on any further than what they are? Because equally, this is what we're saying to Lockie, like 15th in league is currently Tottenham, which is a mental thing to say out loud. But they're on 37 points and Ipswich are on 21 points. So from 18th to 15th, which is 3 places, as I'm sure you can all work out, is 16 points. That's like a league away, isn't it? Ipswich off West Ham, who are West Ham are 17th. Ipswich are on 21 points. West Ham are on 35 points. That's 14 points off safety. Crazy. So my point is, once you get into like, I mean, Man U and Tottenham 14th and 15th in league, it's insane. Once you get into there, you're away. You're fine. 35 points, 40 points, and you've dicked it this, well, definitely this year, but yeah, don't know. Which Barnet? I can't remember what I was saying at this moment in time. He's a genuine person, Fred. I can attest to that. Cheers, Solanum. Linayanum. It's much appreciated, man. Shout out to Solanum. Linayanum. Well, I would argue, Andy, he's allowed to be that guy, isn't he? Joe's the alpha male orangutan in the live chat, holding the power and narrative because it's his show. He's allowed to talk back to people, isn't he? The kit designer was on Square Ball a while ago, and he said no one really knows who designed the smiley badge. Understood. I think there's some Y3 kits out there. I just want to see one of these. I actually thought that. I thought, I wonder if there is. Y3 football kits. Do you like Y3, Danny? Oh, that's fucking grotesque. Is that real? What about Real Madrid? That can't be real. That can't be real. Oh my God, it's real. Am I being duped here? That's grotesque. Real Madrid shirt. How have they got it so badly wrong there? Bad that though, isn't it? Oh, that's bad that. I'm surprised. Danny Bowden says Japan's national shirt is... That's bad that. How do I get off this? I don't fucking, what have I done here? I'm up in the Japan ones. Obviously, that's where that gadget's from, innit? Oh, it's bad again. Oh, I don't want Y3 getting involved. It's not as bad, this one, but it's still not. It's not great to me, that. That ain't as bad. It's bad. I don't know. They've dropped a bollock there. Yes, Mark, cheers for tuning in, dude. I know you've probably gone at this point, but thank you, man. Fred says, every creator has their good and bad points, just like meeting people on the street. You either like what or like what and how they say things or not. So the question is, but that's 2 different points in it, Fred. Because you said they've all got the good and bad points, so you're gonna have to let us know what my bad points are. Ed Calburn. No way, Oliver. We'll be crossing paths. We'll be on King's Cross. I think I'm getting 12 o'clock train home or something. What time are you getting down? Have to bump fists on way past. Do you like Little Sims, Ollie? Venom is symbiotic, I think. Yeah, yes, Danny, that's what I know I'm later on to the chat here, but it's not for me. Damien Hirst, that sounds like a footballer. Damien Hirst. For the love of God. Does Damien Hirst make his own art? Fucking hell. To be fair, I don't want to be rude, but I think I could do that. I honestly think I was doing stuff like that in fucking clip art when I was about 6. And I was no master of clip art, let's get it right. I ain't got Tuesday off, Ashley. No, it's foolish on my behalf, that though. I got a sickie up the sleeve for Tuesday, but then I have to take the Wednesday off just to make it sound better. That's my mate's technique down to it. He goes, sickie tomorrow, mate. He says something like my font Robert Ick or something, he says. And I'm like, you what? And he's like, I'll have to do it day after. And I'm like, oh, you're on about going on sick. Like, he has to do it for 2 days on bounce. A lot depends on our signings as to how well Farker does. Up to now, they've been pretty mint. Agreed, Andrew. 100%, dude. Crystal Palace. In my opinion, think as long as we realistically have a decent chance of staying up, Farker should stay next year. I agree, dude. I agree. I don't see why. I don't see what you get without him. You know, unless somebody tantalising comes in or Bielsa expresses his interest. You know, which obviously I'm being a bit silly, but also I'd struggle to reject that. Like your Mourinho's at World, and I'd be so up for Mourinho. Me, be a proper statement. Funny that, because I know I'll get a bit of shit for being a Mourinho man now, but it's just interesting how careers go and like where the club have gone. Because we descended when Mourinho was in his absolute pomp, and then he's descending as we're just ascending. So we're sort of meeting where we can both rise to the top. Ride them up. So will the 49ers have enough brass to payroll another manager if Farker does fail? I hope Farker does it, but it's a big risk when we want to stay in the Prem forever. I just think he can keep us in the Prem. Stable. He's a stable guy. He's a calm guy. He's not going to... The baby doesn't come out the bathwater with him, does it? So I trust the bastard. I really do. Areola's just a tit. I agree. I couldn't remember exactly. Is it an Areola or... I can't say that manager's name, so... Let's get up and stay up. That's what matters, says Mingy. Are you going to come on Monday regardless then, Ming? Meet him, Boozer. It's on Sky. Bank holiday Monday, mate. Be popping. Especially if we've gone up. We'll all go to Millennium Square. Other than the 2 promoted clubs, realistically, who do we finish above? Well, this is it, Howard. If you make a bit of a fist of it, you know, if we look at the Premier League now, it doesn't bear well because the teams are so bad. But if we go the year before, because, you know, I want to get away from how bad they've been this year. And we'll try the year before this if it doesn't suit me. So Sheffield obviously went down. Lost 5 the last 5. See you Wilder back in. Burnley went down 24 points. Luton went down 26 points. But Luton have collapsed even in that league. But Luton were 6 points off Nottingham Forest. Now, I know you're all going to tell me that Nottingham Forest has been brilliant this year. But Nottingham Forest will not do this again next year. I'm not saying they'll get 17th, 16th, 15th. I don't know. But they'll drop. They'll drop like a stone. They will not do what they did the year before. Teams like Scum are going to bounce back. Chelsea be about it. Tottenham potentially back in there. Fulham have had a good season. Wolves have had a really poor season, but there was still only, you know, I mean, it's 20 points off the drop. So, I mean, it's such a big thing. But let's go, because I don't think Luton, Burnley and Sheffield United are good clubs. So let's move on to who got relegated the year before. Ah, welcome. We found us all. So it's us. See, we got relegated by 5 points. So that there's a different gulf here. Leicester was better than they was this year. They didn't sign anybody. They've had a shit season. They were 2 points off the drop. Everton nearly went, if we all remember rightly. We were 5 points off. Dog shit, obviously. But, you know, they went to last day, didn't it? And we just got pumped. But the gulf is less so there, isn't it? We're 7 points off Nottingham Forest, who have then gone on to go and do it. The league's been skewed for a couple of years, but again, this is better. So the year that we stayed up, Everton, Leeds, 38, 39 points, stayed up. Burnley on 35 points, and then the big drop off, 23 points, 22 points. I mean, there's a lot of red markers in these areas, isn't there? You know, and a lot of greens in these areas. My point is, it's a bit of an anomaly. This 21 points is so bad. 18 points is astonishingly bad. 10 points is disgustingly bad. So I don't know. I don't know who it is, but you drag. So whoever comes up with us, like you say, and then you drag a few random shit teams, at least in and around it. We're like right now, it'd be West Ham on 35 points. That's where we finished. Wolves 35 points, Tottenham 37 points, Man United 38 points. I think this is where the panic sets in. But I just think Fulham will fall off. Team like Fulham will fall. Team like Bournemouth will fall. Maybe drag Brentford into it. Crystal Palace, Everton will probably be decent next year with full year with Moyes. But do you get my point? There's teams that, you know, I don't think Nottingham Forest will collapse, you know, from 4th to relegation, but crazier things have happened. They've won 17 games this season. What did they win the year before? Because, you know, we've got to accept that it was crazy. They won 9 last season. They finished 17th. It needs to be mentioned that they're just the same way that they rose to the top, they can die and collapse to the bottom again. It can happen it can flip reverse. The Americans won't let us down, says Jammy. Somebody's been on Google. In 1973, says, not allowed to say his name because his wife's walking his dog. In 1973, he redesigned the club badge. Paul Trevelyan, ripping up the LUFC script design and creating a new, very of its time crest. Very of its time crest that featured a yellow L and U nestled together in the bubble writing and blue backing. I don't really like the smiley face, you know. That's going to hurt everybody's feelings, but I don't. I'm glad it's ours. I'm up for it. I like it on the yellow kit and that's all right. But I do like our badge, guys. I can't help it. Cletus. Does he? Let's have a look. Cletus is a legend, man. I mean, we all know Cletus, don't we, to be fair, but it's worth, you know. Oh, shite. I'm going to get done it again like a fucking idiot. Can't go back this time. Fucked it up like a right cunt. I felt like I was on one there and I've let everybody down. So this is Cletus. Remember Cletus. He done. It's good stuff, that, but he does a bit, doesn't he? Maybe he does a bit. Cletus is a legend, though. Trafford's a right boring goalkeeper. The rotation of the L gave the impression of a smile, which is where it gets its name. And a postmodern classic football design was born. Just not keen on it, that's the only thing. We've got there Solanum, Lineanum. I'm not trying to get more super chats at you, by the way, by saying your name. It's just that it's a feature of the underlap. Yeah, the best mate, Danny Bowden. When I was a youth, our kids used to buy up Y3 trainers, and I'd be nicking them left, right, and centre. Whenever we replenished a pair, when he got his second pair, they were like 2 sizes too big for me at the time as well. I was like taking them. Yoink. He's learned from the Badger. The Badger gets all his knowledge. The Badger learned that there's nothing you can't learn from Google. And when he worked that out, there was never no need to go back once you realise. Yeah, it's a fair shout, Jammy. I understand that. Really? Does anybody else think the Square Balls YouTube's a bit boring? Or am I just coming out with all the wrong opinions for the last 5 minutes? Who, me? I know what the smiley badge is. I just didn't know. I meant who designed the kit. To be fair, I didn't know Paul Trevilon. What the Adidas ones they're all the same, and we've all got the same kit on. Yeah, I think it's Little Sims. It's got Simma when then a bed bimmer. Yeah, I can't remember what that track's called though, but Simma then a bed then a red bimmer. Is it called Gorilla, that track? We've had it before. We would like to put a track on, but we can't, can we? See, we're getting mixed reports though on who designed that smiley badge. Love it, Oliver. I'll go live at 3 p.m. Oh no, I'll go live so I'll be crossing you. I'll go live. I'll work it out. But take some catching you like, but you'll be there with your Farker out sign. I know you're not a Farker outer. It was just a joke on the try to find the Farker fans. Pulled a sickie for Springsteen in Glastonbury, but I was seen by my supervisor on TV. Now, I'm not particularly a Springsteen fan. There's zero problems with Springsteen, but you'd have to be, I would imagine that would have been a busy event, and that is some serious bad luck, Clem. Serious bad luck. You can still be unwell at a festival, though, man. Just obviously, you could be unwell at work if you're at a festival. Yes, Danny Burden, yeah. I know what you're on about now. The triangle. Yeah, they did a collab with them, did they? Yeah, that's fucking not very nice either. I like that hoodie though. I'm now shopping. It's not the there's a Y3 Palace hoodie there that I like, but come on now. Shopping. Farker's job next season to keep us up. 17th will be a successful season, in my opinion. Yeah, it's just how he goes about that, Ollie. If we're looking like we're going to be 17th, 4 or 5 games in, 7 games in, 8 games in, I think 49ers will shoot him in forehead. I think if we look like we're going to be about 12, 15, 19 games in halfway through the season, get to Christmas time, pick up a couple of decent results, then drop off, I think they'll allow us to finish 17th with Farker. But I think if we're looking like we only might get 17th, 10 games in, we'll execute him. From Morley, all the way to Morley to Oklahoma, baby. Loving it, mate. Gone global. Got a cyclone to prepare for. I've become the fucking serial Googler. Cyclone. Fucking hell, dude. Are you joking? Tropical fucking cyclone to strengthen after forming off coast. Sweet baby Jesus, dude. I need to start going on conventional news a bit more. Category 5 cyclone. 160 mile an hour winds at its core. Fucking hell, white snakes. Get your lass in. You don't want to be walking dogs in a cyclone, dude. Fuck. Fucking hell. Those are on Monday. I don't know, Danny. We'll be in middle of Leeds, early doors. Monday's 3 o'clock, innit? So early doors, probably just in centre of Leeds, round 12. Like Scarborough Taps and that. We'll go there. And then obviously take ground. And then bound out into Leeds anyway. Head towards the same sort of gaffs, really. What you saying? Are you out and about Monday, Danny? Yorkshire TV. Love it. Cheers, Jammy. Appreciate you, brother. Well, that's the question on everybody's lips, Ollie. Are Burnley now officially a yo-yo club? Yeah, that's what we were discussing with Lockie, wasn't it? We're not. We're going up and going to try and stay up. And it's not that Burnley aren't trying to stay up, but I think they're quite happy, not happy to go back down, but just as a club, they make a lot of money, don't they? And if the parachute payments stop, that'll probably stop with clubs. They'll probably make more of an effort to stay up. But then really there's no incentive if you're not going to give them the parachute. It's a vicious cycle, isn't it? Because if you don't give them the parachute payment, then they've got no money when they go down. Then it cripples the club, and then they could potentially end up in League Two. So they just go up into Premier League, sign one or two players for 10 million, and then come back down and make profit that way, and then keep the nucleus of the team, sign a load of Championship players. Because Ipswich will probably, they sign loads of Championship players. Southampton will probably be all right next season. Leicester will probably be all right. They'll all just come back up, won't they, next season? Obviously, only two of them can be automatic, but it'll just be similar to how it is this year, where there's quite a gulf. It's going to get, it's as bad as it is when they drop down. It's awful for the Championship as well, and everybody bangs on that it's the parachute payments, and it's not really. The parachute payments is there so that teams will try and stay in the Premier League. Because if they're not even trying to stay in, what's the point in going up? I don't know. And that's not the way to view football, because, there's a point in staying up, isn't there? I think Leeds will stuff Scum home and away next year. Home and away. It'll take Scum a while to get in the mood again. In fact, all teams better look out next season, because we're back, baby. Richard Woodthorpe. If I want cracking open another beer, I'd have to sign off on that comment, because that's about as good as it gets, boy. That is about as good as it gets, boy. So I'll read it out again. I think Leeds will stuff Scum home and away next year. Rashford and fucking Bruno, Muppets from Scum. Will take Scum a while to get good again. In fact, all teams better look out next season, because we're back, baby. Yes. Excellent, Jammy. Get stuck in, me old mucker. Mingy knows the rules. Interesting. Andy was pontificating on Evie's channel about watch-alongs. She has full admiration for the creators who have a go. One dude say, if I want free Sky, get in touch. I think I know that guy. I think I've heard stories. Batman. No. The White Rose badge. Is this how far behind I am? Solenum. Stay with me, dude. I don't dislike it. It's just not. If I had to pick, if I was doing like I'm well behind here, aren't I? Although MVG's with me, so I've got a bit back. Never been a fan of the smiley badge either, Jack, but I recognise its iconic status. That's where I'm at, MVG. And on that, he hands out 5 memberships, making it rain, my man MVG. The boyo. There's so many boyos in here. You're all fucking legends. Honestly. The slack-jawed yokel. Garnacho looks more like Cletus. He does a bit. Garnacho's horrible, isn't he? Yeah. I like Cletus, though. He's funny as Cletus. Garnacho just seems like a dick. Oh, slack-jawed yokel. Yeah, I see what you're saying. No, this is a fact in it, MVG. I don't know why you can't... I don't know why it don't give you an option and be like, yep. Or at least, because you are giving the memberships away. You'd think you'd be able to give at least 2. But shit is as shit does. It's the YouTube world, isn't it? Yoink. Yes, Danny Burden. Solenum, Leonianum. You're a legend, mate. This is too much. There's a pint waiting for you. There's a pint waiting for all of you, to be fair, because you're all fucking heroes. To be fair, Danny, I don't overly watch it, but I don't know, they bore me a bit. It's a bit too, it's just a bit mundane. Parag in. Parag never out. That's my banner. as I'm driving past. Parag, step in. Parag, lend me 40 quid. I don't know why I've gone so low ball with it, because he can probably lend me a bit more than 40 quid, but achievable. I might actually fucking... I might actually make a sign while I'm at... If I wanted to be that guy, Parag, lend me 40 quid. Last home game of the season. Parag, lend me 40 quid. Did they, Andy? I've not seen that. I'm not saying it's boring. I'm just a bit like... I don't know. I don't like serious stuff, me, when it's about football. Hustle, the base of a pillar. Structure, hustles. What is that? A rhythmical circle. Rhythmical cycle. Acting as a foundational structure for a composition. That sounds like it's musical. A traditional method for learning Turkish music involving memorizing the yusul. Usul, I presume, actually, not yusul. This Clem is on fire. Nobody do it how he does it, Ming. You know this. You know this by now. I love this channel, me. You boys are the greatest. Just to be absolutely clear. Whitesnake better be careful he doesn't get blown off. The only thing that you'd want to do in it, I forgot what it was called. Shit. Cyclone, was it, or something? I'll just have to gamble on it. Cyclone. The only good thing about a cyclone, and a particularly aggressive cyclone, is there's always a chance you might get blown off. You got to take the rough with the smooth, and sometimes you need a proper good cyclone in order to get that. Because as scary as it is getting blown off hard, aggressively blown off, as scary as that can be, it can also be therapeutic, and it can not therapeutic, but it can release a lot of endorphins, you know, because if you survive the aggressive blow off, and if you're blown off aggressively and you survive, afterwards it's like, as long as you don't get stuck in one afterwards, you don't want to then go straight back into another one. Although it depends what your stamina's like, so, but I'll leave that there, I think. Exactly, MVG. Yeah, we will never know. That's what I mean. Do you reckon, the MVG, that he's just gambled and thought he told one of his work colleagues that he's off to fucking Glastonbury? I'd love to, Oliver, but I don't think Sean, who sits next to me, he'd be like, "What you doing, man?" I would love to, though. I actually have something in store, you know, which I'm not going to reveal because it might not come off. It might not happen, but I'm hoping it does. And if it does, you'll all know, and it will be. It'll be funny. Thank you for that, Andy. Oh, to be fair, if he's in front row, then you've yeah. You're going to get it, aren't you? I got the poison. I got the remedy. I got the pulsating rhythmical remedy. Is that what he says, dude? Outrageously, I've been to see Prodigy 3 times, and I never knew what the rest of it was, and that's actually annoyed me because I should know. I got the poison, I got the remedy, I got the poison, the rhythmical remedy. That's what I thought it said. But I actually prefer yours, dude. I got the poison, I got the remedy, I got the pulsating rhythmical remedy. But they're saying I got the poison, I got the remedy, I got the poison, I got the rhythmical remedy. The intro to that's mint with the hello? Yeah, hold on a sec. Liam, someone's on the phone for you. Oh, fuck's sake. I'm trying to write this fucking tune, man. It's the best intro ever. Then. Boom. I wish I could play it, but I can't. You Sully's from June, Frank Herbert. You Sul. I thought June were a fucking series or something. Not a series. I thought it was a film or something, June. Okay, I've found it now. I think. It's a fictional character. I thought, yeah. To be fair, I've got it now with June. It's a novel, innit? I'm into my novels. Yes, Chickers. What's up, lad? Just got back from a major Quim exploration covered in gravy and a smile like Dennis Wise after a 2-footer. Chickers is back. He's back in. He's back in and on and over here. Nobody do it how he does it. Jesus. Esoteric. I do know these words, but I don't, if I'm honest. They're the type of words that I'd use in a sentence and then hope that nobody knew what it meant. Esoteric. Intended for or likely to be understood by only a small number of people with a specialized knowledge or interest. That is absolutely esoteric. Oh, they're awesome in there, aren't they? Saw them. I think I've seen them 3 times. Seen them once with my brother. Seen them twice, definitely. I feel like it's 3 times, though. Or I think a show maybe got cancelled or something. Yeah, so I've seen them twice, 100%. Once at Leeds Fest, once in Leeds at First Direct. Amazing. Absolutely fucking love them. Do you know the Muffin Man, though, Andy? That much is certain. I hope it does say that, because I think that's a better lyric. I hate people that say lyric. You know, like, I just wrote a lyric. It's like, lyrics, yeah. But no, I just wrote a lyric. It's like, yeah, I know you can tell me that the Oxford Dictionary backs up your thought process, but there's something disgusting about saying it. Just done the math. Like, no, the maths. None of us can. Chickers might be able to. Knock, who's there? Sheffield United who? Lol. Rather support Stephen Hawking's legs. It's a brutal world we live in. Using the incorrect big word and ploughing on is 100%. Karen McGee's tactics don't go there. Solenum, lineanum. Agreed. 100%. I'm enjoying Karen McGee's because I'm gonna have to write it down if you don't mind, dude. Because that's been used a few times by your good self. There'll be no rest now, honestly. Did you see the fucking? Did you see the one today? I don't even. I try not to look, but people send me them. I get sent them on Twitter because I honestly don't. People think I've got an obsession with him, but I don't. But people send me them. I don't see them. I do everything I can to stay out way of them. Here, let me show you this. You'll have probably all seen this. But this is just, it's grotesque to me, this. Fucking what am I doing on here? Is that going to show my whole shit? That shows everything. Fuck off. Been played here. I can't do it. Why can't I do it? Nobody wants me doing this while I'm here as well, but bear with me, boys. It's not going to be worth it, but it is to me. This is not worth it, boys. It's not popping up. Eggs is eggs. Is a wet wipe. Is the that's the overriding. Oh, hang on a minute. I think I might. This is not worth it. The joke's gone. But I've done it. Look at that. Who's really running Leeds transfers? Now, granted, he's got away with it on the basis that he's put transfers there, but who's really running Leeds is what he means. Who is in charge? Oh. What's the story in Barlamore, wouldn't you like to know? It's like Ball Bags Anonymous. And all little goons that go on there just chew him off. It's maths, innit, Clem, though? You must agree it's maths. Pedagogy. Pedo. Karen MGs. That's kind of true, Ollie. That actually is true. I thought the last time I said it, I thought that was really laboured, that one. Last time Chickers got blown off. I lost a toenail. The rest of the cinema was disgusted. Just with the toenail, though. I daren't try it again now. I can do Solemnum. I can do that quite quickly. But definitely the second name's definitely starting to throw me. Nobody do it how we does it. It's we as well, just for absolute clarification, Doctor. Because I've had a few people say, oh, nobody do it how he does. Oh, nobody do it how I does it. And that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying we. Nobody do it how we does it. I've just realised that's still front and centre, in it. Nobody do how he does it. He is a Roman gladiator. There's no doubt about it. Solanum. I'm not even joking. I stopped. I tried to say it. I'm not going to try to say it anymore. Indestructible South American weed that took up residence on my previous Australian small farm. That's blown my mind a bit there, to be fair. Math's not math. No one says they're going for a bath and people think it's multiple baths. Oh, come on, Andy. Fuck off. Fuck off. Come on. What do you mean, dude? Please. It's so funny to me, this stuff. It's not that Parag doesn't have a say, the biggest say in the club. The bloke's the chairman. The bloke pulls all sorts of strings. But when it comes to dropping a footballer, do you seriously think Parag's had a word? Do you seriously think they've sat in a board meeting and gone, Danny Boy, as he calls him as well, Danny Boy, that's tremendously rude. Do we all agree? To call a man that you don't know, that you couldn't even lace his boots as a manager or as anything, as a footballer, you know, and he wasn't the best footballer, but he was better than you, better than me, he was better than him. I meant you by Karen at G, to be fair. Well, there's no think about it, gals. We've done it if we get 7 out of the next 4. Parag did not drop. I repeat, did not drop. Meslier, silent S. That's it, MVG. So I mean, Parag's 3 games in charge now. It's interesting. I put on my Twitter earlier. It's interesting to see where he goes with it now, because obviously with nearly a full week to prepare, you know, there's absolutely no reason why Parag won't be perhaps changing formations, or God knows, you know, he might see Aronson as a right back, centre back. He might go 3 at back. It might be 3 at back, Aronson, Nonto, and I don't know, Ramazani, just to get him some minutes. You know, Ramazani needs minutes, doesn't he? Centre back, he could probably do a job in a 3. Who knows? Love it, Rich. I reckon there's a strong chance, brother. Parag in charge. Who gives a fuck? Parag in charge, and we're going up. Who's in charge? My man Parag. Who's in charge? My man Parag. Parag's in charge. Who gives a fuck? Karen McGee. Is it? I'll let you fill in the gaps. Exactly, yeah. That's why, because previously he's been flicking it back a bit, hasn't he? But now in these last games, he's been holding it like he's had his hood up, hasn't he? Like this. Like fucking Miss Red Riding Hood. Little Miss Riding Hood. Yes, Joe, what are you doing in here, mate? What are you doing up, brother? Parag's in charge. Who gives a fuck? The Super Leeds, and we're going up. Parag's in charge. Oh, dickhead. Oh, it's so funny. Oh. Joe knows. Joe knows what day it is. The goat's in here. Parag will hand the reins back to Danny Boy after one. It's so rude, that, innit? Calling him Danny Boy, it's so rude. It's sensational. Behave, MVG. It's not attention. Fucking hell, nearly blew my lung up then, dude. Parag's in charge. Who gives a fuck? With Parag's in charge, and we're going up. I was saying, Joe, about 10 minutes ago on last day of season, I'm gonna get a big sign at Ellen Road. Parag stepped in. Oh, thank you, Parag. You stepped in. Thank you, Parag, for stepping in. If Parag negotiates contracts in his sleep, does he snore when he picks the team? Well, he's got 7 points in 3 games, hasn't he? Obviously, 4 big games in front. He's been so kind to Danny Boy, letting him go, you know, pretending that Danny Boy's still in charge. That's the level of, that's how much he supports Leeds United, Parag. He's not here just to get us back into Prem and make shitloads of money. Parag stepped in. Parag's in charge. Oh, what a whopper. What a whopper. It does away with like any chance, you know, any like, it's the way it's said, it's the arrogance in the way it's said. It's crazy. Got no issue with like, I don't think so. Isn't that like, I could argue on promoting his channel. Parag's in charge. I'm gonna fucking never try to start a chant in my life. The problem is, obviously, as we all know, the channel doesn't have the scope to garner 38,000 people at Ellen Road. But if you had, you know, a just 5,000 in ground that knew what it was, the most humble man in the world, he doesn't want the recognition. That's exactly what I mean. He's not interested in that. He just wants the job getting done. It's unfortunate that he's had to step in. There's an argument to be said. He's always been there, but it's been exposed because he's allowed Farker like a couple of little discrepancies. You could argue that it's actually Parag's fault. You could flip it on its head and say Farker stepped in and said, Parag, my guy, we're going to have to drop Melier. We're going to have to drop him. Can we bring Darlow in? And Parag's gone, all right, I'll back you with it. It'll be a tough sell, Joe. I'll be like, you know, what the fuck are you on about, dude? So I'll be slipped up on last day like Parag's in charge. I need the sign. I need to get the sign to him or something. I need to get the sign into the most humble man in the world. MVG, don't start twisting words. That was put upon me, Joe. It's been said that I've been copying channels. There's no standing desk in and on and over here. Speakers won't allow for it. Reform with Nigel Parag. You've been exposed, MVG. There'll be no twisting of my words over here, mate. MVG is the West Coast Warlord. Daniel is Frodo. Yeah, great. Why not? Just thumb a lift off an eagle, but Parago is deaf. That is fucking blown my mind, dude. Take it easy, Joe. Take it easy, boy. Bromance. See you on the other side. Always remember, though, Joe, if you ever need a good night's sleep or all, remember who's in charge. And my God, does that make me relax? Because sometimes I think, who's in charge? And then I think, Parag's in charge. Who gives a fuck? And then everything is settled. Parag knows what day it is. I actually like Parag. I think he's done fucking the world a good for club. He's a ledge. But I just don't think he's picking the team. I honestly think he pays Farker shitloads of money to do that. I don't think he's picking the team. It's such a mental statement. It's such a mental statement. The streets will never forget the day Parag stepped in. Jack, use one of them old face apps. You can do a generational leadership video. What an idea that is, Clem. Get that wrote down so I don't forget when Hangover Ed kicks in. a Parag face change. I'll probably read that. That makes sense to me now. I'll read it tomorrow. Like, hey, it's Ronnie Pickering, iconic. I'd love it, Andy. Parag's in charge. It just comes out like, what the fuck are they? What's this about? I mean, the only thing I would say is like Farke's struggled for a Leeds chant, hasn't he? This far into his career, and I do think he deserves one. It'd be a bit awful if Parag ends up with the chant on it, and Farke never gets his chant. I think that'd hurt my feelings as well as Danny Boy's. But right, boys, I'm gonna do one because I'm gonna piss myself, and we've been live for a good 3 hours here, so I reckon we're done. Ronnie Pickering? I don't know who Ronnie Pickering is. Who are you then? But yes, boys, shout out to everybody. Honestly, you're all absolute legends. Obviously, you all need to remember that Parag's in charge. Take it easy, MVG. Cheers for tuning in, dude. I know we're a day early, but I'm DJing tomorrow night, so it's not the usual Thursday hype. But we'll be back. I would imagine Thursdays will be the normal live sessions. Oliver, Dr. Kuros, Mingy Boy. Shout out to Ming, Matt Bradley. I'll go for it. Solanum Lineanum, which I thought I said that faster than normal. Legendary MVG, and yet again, Solomon Lineanum. Cheers, Dr. Kuros. Take it easy, dude. Enjoy your tug. Raise your fingers. I'm having to go easy on it lately. Take it easy, Oliver. Andy Rowe. Just Joe. Always gets a shout out. Rich Sullivan. Mingy, my man, Oliver. Take it easy, everybody. I know you're all subscribers at this point. All 43 that's left here. All 45 of you that's left here. But if you're not a subscriber, yes, Jammy, cheers, dude. Cheers, Solanum Lineana. I tried to do it fast, but I missed the off. Take it easy, everybody. Do like and subscribe if you can be asked. If you can't, it'll only hurt my feelings to a certain extent. Take it easy, everybody. In a bit, dog.
I don't wanna play no games. No, I don't wanna play no games. No, I don't wanna hear promises. You do you and I'll do me. That's just the way it is.
Boom.